Hey, and welcome to another episode of What I Watched This Week. I have a very special guest reviewer on the show today, but first, a movie that I watched this week called Police Story. Directed by and starring Jackie Chan, Police Story is a classic Hong Kong martial arts movie from back when cell phones were enormous. Chan plays a Hong Kong cop who, in an incredibly dangerous opening sequence, manages to arrest a notorious drug lord.
Hold it!
The drug lord conveniently gets out on bail and frames Jackie with the murder of a fellow officer. Jackie must do what he can to clear his name and make sure the criminals get what they deserve. The action and fight sequences alone make this movie worth watching. Chan does all of his own stunts, which get more and more insane as the movie goes on.
Turn left! Turn left!
Police Story kind of has a strange mixture of comedy and action. One minute there'll be this slapstick comedy scene, the next minute will be this intense fist fight. But overall, I really enjoyed Police Story. I give it a 3.5 for its incredible action and campy comedy. And it's dubbed in English, which makes it even more fun. I watched another action movie this week, also starring its own director, Ben Affleck's The Town.
4 men made me open the safe. They took me as a hostage.
Were you able to see anything at all through the blindfold?
Affleck plays a seasoned Boston bank robber named Doug McRae, who ends up falling in love with a former hostage. As you can probably guess, this doesn't go over very well with his cohorts, especially Coughlin, an Oscar-nominated role played by Jeremy Renner. On top of that, the FBI is on their trail, led by John Hamm.
This is the not screwing around crew. So find me something that looks like a print, because this not screwing around thing is about to go both ways.
The Town has an intriguing plot, solid performances all around, and is chock full of violence and action. I'd say that's a pretty good combination. I was also pleasantly surprised by the look of the movie. It seems like every thriller these days has some sort of deliberate over-the-top color treatment applied to it, like Pelham 123 or Book of Eli or Unstoppable or Deja Vu or Training Day or Man on Fire or Inside Man. Denzel Washington. I'm not trying to say that those looks aren't effective, but The Town was kind of refreshing. It's bright and clear and natural. Affleck doesn't try to cheat the mood by washing out the colors or adding grain or making the camera super shaky. The acting is good enough on its own. I give The Town a 4.1.
I'll see you again, this side or the other.
Alright, up next, the very first guest reviewer here on What I Watched This Week. All the way from Chicago, Illinois, my friend Eric Peterson, who has a very special review of a 1969 Oscar winner, and its remake, which is nominated for 10 Academy Awards this year. Eric, show's all yours.
Alright, Mike, this week I watched True Grit, the original and the remake, back to back.
They tell me you're a man with true grit.
Well, what do you want? Speak up.
I'm looking for the man who killed my father. The man's name is Tom Chaney, and I need somebody to go after him.
What's your name?
My name is Maddie Ross.
True Grit is a 1969 adaptation of the novel written by James Portis in 1968. The original with John Wayne landed his only Oscar for Best Actor. After receiving it, he said,
If I'd have known that, I'd have put that patch on 35 years earlier.
The film starts off with the murder of Maddie Ross's father, Frank Ross, and then follows Maddie Ross in the recovery of Tom Chaney, the man who shot her father. Wayne plays Rooster Cogburn, a marshal with zero tact, grit out the ears, and loves the cork. Maddie runs into another marshal, LaBeef from Texas, who's after Chaney and tags along. Their adventures take them across the untamed Indian territories and into confrontation. Now, Mike, the remake left out some minor things that the original had in it, and even added a weird sexual tension scene between LaBeef and Maddie that was not included in the original film. Other things were added to the remake that the original didn't have, but overall, it was a good film. Now, Mike, it did offer more role dialogue than most westerns. The characters engaged in natural conversation, and the interactions seemed fluid and real. There were many lines that the remake retained from the original film, including Wayne's famous line, "Fill your hands, you son of a..." I give the original 3 Erics, and the remake the same, as the remake didn't really offer a whole lot more than the original.
Well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. What I Watched This Week is now on Twitter. Yeah. At What Watched Week. If you're watching on Facebook, please check out my YouTube page. If you're watching on YouTube, please check out my Facebook page. And please feel free to like and comment. I love to see who's watching the show. Special thanks again to my guest, Eric Peterson. And that was What I Watched This Week. What I Watched This Week.